Was that found in the deleted section?
I can't give you that right now.
I didn't do anything to anyone. I did not. I don't.
The absolute last person you'd expect to commit an unspeakable crime is someone who sees the evil of it firsthand. But here are 2 times when police officers were caught doing just that. Starting off with Robert Strand, a Sandoval County detective who was arrested after disturbing videos that involved children were found in his phone. But to understand how he got to this point, we need to take it back to when he was arrested by an officer, the New Mexico Attorney General's office, who had set him up after a warrant for his arrest was served.
How you doing? Hey. Sir, can I have you do me a favor? Set your paperwork on the tailgate right there. Go ahead and place your hands behind your back for me. Go ahead and relax your legs. Okay. I want to get you into this vehicle quickly. Okay. But I don't want you to take anything you don't need to have. Alright. I need to double off these for you. Too tight on you? No. Okay, go ahead and walk me this way. 3 seconds. Go ahead and have a seat real fast. We have you out of the light, okay?
Cool. I appreciate it.
You got it. So you guys did not search him, correct? I just want him in the car quickly because I don't want to make a big scene here. Yeah, I appreciate it. When I get him over there, I'll get him into a place where when I transfer to Rio, we'll search him better. Okay. But I just don't want this out for you guys. Okay? Okay. All right. We're going to get out of the way. Thank you, gentlemen.
Upon arresting Robert, the arresting officer says he doesn't want to create a scene, possibly because of Robert's title as a detective. Robert surprisingly agrees to the arrest without question, which is also incredibly suspicious, as an innocent person, let alone a police detective, will not let themselves be arrested without a confrontation. Soon after, the officers decide to let Robert know why he is being arrested.
Okay, Robert, I'm going to let Special Agent Owen Pena tell you why you're being placed under arrest at this time?
You're being placed under arrest where we'll be getting an arrest warrant for you, sworn out today for possession of child or possession of sexual exploitation of a child of children possession statute.
Okay, the biggest thing for me is I do this for everybody. I don't want a big scene made about anything. So I'm going to be as discreet as possible. Cooperate with me, we'll be fine. Let's get this portion done and do what we got to do.
The explicit material the detectives had retrieved from Robert's phone were unspeakable. It allegedly depicted children as young as infants. According to the affidavit, Robert had obtained no less than 92 images or GIFs depicting children being sexually abused by adults. The children ranged in age from 13 years old to less than 1 year old. It's safe to say Robert is one sick individual. But what's more bizarre than a pedophile detective is the arresting officers treating him with decency and respect. After being arrested for such despicable crimes.
Yes, sir. Pick up your dogs? Yes. Yeah, let me get my, I'll have Owen bring me a notepad out. I'll get the information. Absolutely, we'll do that. Are those cuffs good for you? Okay. Okay, so I didn't search you.
Go ahead.
No, I'm not going to do it now. Wait till Rio gets here. I'm going to advise them, and then we're going to do a search. I just didn't want you there.
Okay.
I don't like to do that with anyone. I like to get them out of the limelight. Over here, I think we'll be okay. Do you have anything on you that you need to leave here?
I don't think so.
I know you had a holster for mags or whatever.
I got the holsters. Yeah, you can take them off.
Well, no. I mean, if they're covered, I don't care. So.
The arresting officers even asks Robert if he's comfortable with the AC in the car.
Are you getting enough cool air, bud?
Yeah.
swollen much, but I guess it's better than not having it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna close this and try to, cause dude, I'm already getting high. I'm gonna crack the window so if you need me. I don't want you burning up for no reason. Better? Need to get some cooler weather, would be nice. Let me know if you're comfy or not. Too cold, too hot, let me know.
Okay, and I appreciate it, man.
Oh, no problem, man. Oh, no problem, man. We would do that. Do not want those dogs in this heat.
No.
See anybody, that is something we'll make sure that we get somebody to take care of.
Yeah.
What do you think about this interaction? Were the officers naive and didn't understand the full extent of Robert's crimes? Or were they trying to help out their brother in blue? Let us know in the comments.
Not much you can answer, but was that found in the deleted section?
I can't give you that right now. Okay. It'll be listed in the where it was found.
Okay.
In the arrest warrant.
Yeah. Anything I knew about was.
Okay. All right.
That's why I was asking.
Okay, no problem.
I didn't think I was being arrested for that.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
So what's next?
What's next is Rio's coming. They're gonna transport you to their holding cell.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna finish out my warrant, send it to my prosecutors. Prosecutor's gonna approve it, and then I'm gonna walk over here and get a judge to look to see if I can get a judge to sign the arrest warrant. Once the arrest warrant is signed out, you'll be booked on that arrest warrant. All right. Any other questions?
No, I appreciate you guys.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Robert might be thinking he's in the clear since he deleted the evidence from his phone. But as a detective, he must know that the police have ways to restore deleted footage, and the fact that he deleted it can be used against him. Nonetheless, Robert was arrested and taken to jail. He's still awaiting his court case to this day. But if you thought Robert's case was bad, just wait till you hear about the case of Sergeant Pello.
You didn't see the gun yet? No.
43-year-old Jeffrey Pello, a sergeant of Bloomington PD, accused of being a serial rapist. On the night of July 11th, 2006, a woman called the police after arriving at her house, feeling that she was being watched. An officer arrived to the scene and was left shocked and confused to find his old mentor, wearing dark clothes, and found outside the woman's house. Sergeant Pello was immediately arrested at the scene and taken in for interrogation. What unfolded will definitely shock many of you.
This isn't the way we wanted this to happen, all right? We wanted you to come down here and go and all kinds of stuff, we said chat, all that kind of stuff. But unfortunately, it didn't happen that way. You wrote down the same group with Mildred, and as you know, we have rules that we have to go by. What are you talking about? I have to read you your rights first. I monitor arrest. At this point, you're not free to go. At this point, you're under arrest. I'm not free to go. I'm under arrest. Well, we're in a custodial situation. That's why I'm going to read you your rights. Right, because you came down here in their car. I don't know where we're going to go. I don't know where we're going to go.
What's going on? I don't even know what you're talking about.
I understand that, Jeff, and you understand, just like I do, that I can't talk about anything until we get this little bit out. Okay? All right.
Sergeant Pello, who himself is a detective, knows how the cat and mouse game of interrogations work, and claims he doesn't know what he's in trouble for. After he has read his Miranda rights, he comes up with a rather bizarre story as to why he's present at the woman's house that night. However, if Sergeant Pello was as good a police detective as he thinks he is, he would request a lawyer and refuse to speak any further without a lawyer present.
I want to hear what you have to say about it, and I'm really hoping there is a good explanation for it all.
Again, I drove down there, I couldn't sleep. All right, houses come up for sale in that area all the time. I'm interested in buying my mother-in-law a house. She lives up in Gridley. She's, she's poor. She's on fixed income. I wanted to move closer to us. Houses come for sale. There's a townhome right there for sale. It won't work. But anyway, I was looking to see what kind of access went down to that lake. That's all.
Where'd you park it?
I don't know the name of the street.
But it wasn't right there where you were at.
It was by the lake. That lake goes behind those houses.
You know, you understand how difficult the situation this is for everyone involved, including yourself.
Really? Yes, I understand.
And irregardless of what our feelings are towards each other, like myself, I think we've always got along. We speak openly about that. There are just some things that happened last night that just doesn't add up. Jeff, as a former investigator yourself, that there are things that we know, okay?
Palo brings up his poor mother-in-law, trying to gain sympathy from the detective, but it doesn't seem to be working.
Why would you be in between two houses looking at houses?
I couldn't keep going straight. There's a drainage thing that goes down the lake. I couldn't keep walking. So I walked up, the dog started barking, oh hell. So I walked up between the houses, gonna go to the road, all right? He comes around, I thought maybe it was the homeowner. I was like, I don't want to startle, he startled me. So I turned to walk back down. He said, stop, please. I was like, oh, hell, it's a cop. I turned around and walked back.
Jeff, well, you know, as being a police officer, that kind of thing is not within the norm. We don't, as police officers, we don't walk around at 12:30 at night in the morning, walking in between houses.
I wouldn't walk between the houses. I was by the lake. I couldn't keep going, so I walked up between the houses. That's it. I mean, that is it. That's it.
Palo comes up with a compelling story to tell the detective, but it didn't cross his mind that nobody is checking out houses at 12:30 a.m.
We're past the point of you were there, right? You readily admit that you were there.
Yes.
In between those two houses.
Yes. I was just walking from the lake up to the...
Okay. If you get a call of someone walking in between two houses at 12:30 in the morning,
I don't know what call brought him out there. Yes, of course.
Of course. I mean, the person who called this in has every right in the world to do this, correct?
I have no idea who called it in. All right. What they called in wasn't me. All right. Dave said last night somebody knocked on somebody's door. I didn't knock on anybody's door. I didn't knock on anybody's door.
After being caught by the officer who found him creeping outside the woman's house, Palo's strange behavior is what made the officer more concerned about him as a potential suspect.
Standing up with your back to the house and trying not to be identified. What? Having your back up against the house and not trying to be seen as David walks by.
I was walking up. I saw someone coming, so I stopped. I turned to go back. Again, the dog's barking. I didn't want somebody to think I was doing something wrong. He said, stop, police. I was like, oh, hell. So I turned around and walked up to him.
You didn't see the gun he had pulled on you?
No.
You were unaware that he pulled a gun on you?
I did not know he did that. No, I did not. When I turned and walked towards him, so he could see who I was, that I wasn't a threat, we talked for a moment.
What did you talk about?
He asked me what I was doing. I told him what I was doing.
That you were there to look for a house for at 12:30.
I'm interested in houses in that area. There's that lake. I was looking to see what kind of access there is down to that lake.
Seeing Palo maintaining his story of just looking at the lake to purchase the right house, the detective shifts focus and starts talking about the woman and her attractiveness, trying to connect with Palo on a personal level and make him open up.
I don't know how simple it is. It's not.
It's not that simple.
I didn't have ill intent of any kind. That's it.
It's not that simple.
I mean, that's it.
It's not that simple. I mean, she is a young, attractive lady.
I don't know who she is.
And like I said,
I know, I've seen you how you take a genuine interest in people, okay? And I think if you knew what you did to this person, because I'm telling you, she's freaking
did not do anything to her.
You were there, right?
Were you anybody there?
Did I walk up from the lake between the houses doing the road? Yes, I did. Okay. You were there, right? Yes, I was there. Okay.
Palo keeps denying that he hadn't done anything wrong, so the detective has to dig deeper into his actions, like the fact that the officer had a gun pointed towards Palo, but he didn't seem to notice.
This isn't some fishing expedition. We just didn't pick you out of the clear blue sky to come in here.
All right.
Correct?
Obviously.
Again, the only thing I did was walk from the lake in between two houses out to the road, out to
I was
office.
going to go to the road. And when I realized somebody was up there, I was like, and turned to go back, and that's what he said. And I turned around and came back to him.
Okay. But we're leaving out this. We're leaving out you. We're standing up against the wall like this.
That did not occur.
And an officer
That did not
confronting
occur.
you twice.
That did not occur.
And then you turning
No.
and walking away,
Did I
with your
turn?
hands right here, and he says, stop. Show me your hands. And he has, and I mean, you've been in the ERU.
I understand.
You have been in, you're a weapons guy. You're former military.
I understand.
And you're telling me you didn't know somebody had a gun pointed at you?
He's backlit. I wasn't paying attention to that.
I am not buying what you're telling me.
I don't.
1 second. For 1 second. You know that I've done this for a long time, and you have done it for
Yes, I
and
am.
you have done it for a long time.
And I
And
didn't do anything wrong last
I
night.
know you. I know. And you know what? How many times have we sat in here and listened to somebody for hours that they didn't do something they did?
I'm not going to be here for hours
And then-
telling you that I didn't do anything wrong.
And then, have all the behaviors and all the things that are happening. You were not Sergeant Hilo last night. You were absolutely somebody else.
Since Palo isn't budging, the detective tries another approach and brings up Palo's wife, asking what she would think if she knew that her husband was checking out houses at midnight.
And say, oh yeah, that would be totally normal for Jeff to do. Is to go at 12:30 in the morning and walk in.
I can't predict to you what she's going to say.
You've been married to her. She's the mother of your children.
I understand. I cannot predict you what she's going to say.
You don't think that she knows you?
Yeah, she does.
Is she going to say that that would be normal behavior for you to do?
It's not. Is it normal that I do that? No.
All right.
Is it? I don't know how else to say it. I didn't do anything wrong.
And at some point, you've got a wife
I
and
understand.
2 children.
Again,
3 children.
I didn't do anything to anyone. Whoever the lady was, I didn't do anything to her. I wouldn't do anything to anybody.
Lead different lives. We all lead different lives.
Again, I don't know what you're implying there. All right.
Jeff, I'm not implying. I'm saying it.
I don't lead a sinister life of some kind. I didn't do anything wrong. Wow. I didn't do anything to anyone. I didn't do anything to anyone. I did not. I did not.
It seems like Palo also understands how bizarre his explanation is, admitting that his wife wouldn't take his side and that it wasn't normal. But he has committed to the story and has to stick to it. He keeps repeating the same story, but we know that's far from the truth.
Because that's what we're going to say. If it comes to a point where we have to go to a judge and say, I didn't do it.
Tell the judge the same thing I've told you. The only time I walked between those houses, I walked from that lake up towards the road. That's it. That's it.
You're just not listening to reality. You're just not listening to reality. The only thing you can say is, have you walked from the lake between the houses to the officer? And I didn't do it. However, I have a police officer, I have a victim, I have you mentally in the area. I mean, it's not looking good for Jeff Pirro. I did not do anything to anyone. This is just a case of mistaken identity. I didn't do anything to anyone. I didn't do anything to anyone.
Palo kept on maintaining his innocence and denying any allegation against him. And so a voice-matching test was conducted. Palo was recorded saying some of the stuff that the attacker of the women said. The conclusion of this test, done by detectives at his own department, linked him to 4 rapes with chilling similarities. Palo was found guilty of 35 counts of rape and stalking and was sentenced to 440 years in prison. If you like this video, watch this one. Goodbye.